Some of you may have heard, but a while back, Jacob and their team created a little something called Pokemon Too Many Types. It's just a normal game of Pokemon Emerald, but you might notice some things are just a little bit different. Everyone has talked about how chaotically fun this game is, and I finally found the time to play it myself. Let me tell you, everyone was right. This was the most insane, backwards, chaotic playthrough of Pokemon I've had in quite some time. Professor Birch is being mauled by a dog in the grass right outside my house for the millionth time, and after digging around in his stuff, I helped myself to a Poplio. But not just any Poplio, for you see, this one is silly. Obviously, I blast the Angie Poochyena to smithereens, and with that, have now earned the freedom to explore the world on my own. Yep, it's dawning on me that I have no idea how anything works anymore. Trainers had all these new Pokemon, they're pulling out moves I've never seen before, types don't line up the way I'm familiar with. It genuinely felt like I was playing Pokemon for the very first time again. Weasel is Water Fluffy, Snom is Ice Bean, Machop is fighting Stinky. Poplio, give that thing a shower, it reeks. Oh, that's super effective. I suppose that makes a lot of sense. Going into this game, I decided not to look at the type chart at all, which by the way looks like this. I'm gonna have to unfortunately use my brain and logic to figure out how to win every single battle until I'm the champion, which may be a bit trickier than you would even guess. For example, this Impidimp. He has now been turned into a dark gamer Uno reverse type. Naturally. I figured Gamer might work similarly to the Stinky type and be weak to water. That makes sense, right? Alright, well, look, I didn't make the game, alright guys? I'm just figuring out the riddles. However, let's see what Gamer has to say against water type. Take a shower. What? It's got... What?
So here's the logic you gotta think about. Not only is it a gamer type, it is an Uno reverse gamer type.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, as much as I might think I know how things would work, you're gonna witness that it doesn't always pan out the way it seems. I scooped myself up a Krabby, which, as you can see, is no longer water type, and entered the Rustboro Forest only to be challenged by a Team Aqua Grunt with a single Snow Runt. I wasn't worried until I realized the hard way that despite its silliness, Poplio still doesn't like grass, and crabs don't mix well with ice. Wiping this early in a Pokemon game is genuinely so humbling, and I don't like it at all. Honestly, I didn't even want to tell you that it happened in the first place, but we run it back because this isn't a Nuzlocke and my little pets are perfectly healthy after being dunked on. This time, we send the grunt hightailing it back into the bushes. Despite feeling dumb and stupid and pathetic for wiping to a level 9 Team Aqua Grunt with one Pokemon, I waltzed into the first gym with my chest out like I earned being there. As most of you know, Roxanne is typically a rock type trainer, but she's now studied the ways of the ancient type Pokemon, which I didn't think would be much different until she completely steamrolled me. Oh shit. I got Doggy, but Doggy isn't gonna do too much here. God damn it. Waste of a turn. No! Well, Hurlaleap is crazy. Sus ancient grass type? How was I supposed to predict that one? What even is that? Now aware of the threat she had in her back pocket, I was able to navigate the rematch with Krabby the Fossil Killer, earning us our very first gym badge. Also, Geodude is boring ugly rock. I just wanted to share that one with the room. We took a nice boat ride over to Dewford where we got to meet lots of new friends in the local cave like Clink, the Prime Steel Guys, and Sableye, the gamer, who has a little bit of an Easter egg attached to it.
Someone just pointed something out. Okay, will you trade?
Oh my God.
Will you move? Yep. You see the acronym right there.
After saying hi and bye to Steven doing who knows what all alone with his cave rocks, we headed off to challenge Brawly. I opened the gym doors and was immediately hit with a wall of pure disgusting stench. Trying not to physically decay, we crawled through the gym's maze and were met by Stink Master Brawly and his smelly ass team. Krabby knocked his Mankey out cold, but Sock came out and started overwhelming my Pokemon one after the other.
Get so much knowledge. Oh my god.
Like, why wouldn't it be?
So you can imagine I am not happy that this stupid thing is sweeping my team right now. Luckily, the Vulpix I caught earlier was able to tank its hits with its new Fluffy type, and together with our own little stinker of a Stunky, we were able to finish the fight. I snatched that badge from Brawly's greasy hand and basically swam to Slateport myself to wash the fumes off my clothes. To dissociate that disgusting experience away, I went and caught myself a new friend. A ground friend, to be specific, as well as a little fluffy Stuffle. We also got to kick out Team Aqua, who was holding the poor Slateport museum lady hostage with a gun. Thank God they were only armed with a harmless water gun horsey, because I do not want to know what dealing with an actual threatening gun-type Pokemon would even look like. Battling more trainers on the route up to Mauville got me back into the mood to take on the third gym, so I shoved Wally out of the way and headed up to Watson. Things started off normal, but quickly spiraled out of control because after Sableye beat up his Porygon, Watson immediately brought out his ace. You know, his famous star Pokemon, Whimsicott. And this thing just starts spamming its new move called Hype Train. Yep, Watson specializes in prime type Pokemon, which would definitely be a funny little hint hint, nudge nudge if I was streaming this on Twitch. But alas, here we are. Unfortunately, one cannot gift Prime subs to a YouTube channel. Sadly, all you can do is click the subscribe button. Isn't that just a shame? Well, whether you clicked the button or not, I got wrecked by this cotton ball. Hype Train works the same as Rollout, where each consecutive use gets stronger and stronger, and this Whimsicott must have had some sort of aimbot on, because it didn't miss a single one. It literally demolished my team the second it stepped onto the battlefield. I was also a bit unprepared and forgot to level everyone up, so let's just forget that fight even happened. Like, it wasn't even fair, so it doesn't count. Round 2 was where the real action was. This battle was much more neck and neck. Knowing what Watson's tactics were going into the fight, I was able to play around it much more easily. Jaiden doesn't fall for the same charade more than one time. I'm like an AI learning machine, alright? I never lose the same fight stop, no, don't look at that. With Watson defeated, I was now one step closer to becoming the strongest trainer in all of this topsy-turvy hoenn. I caught myself a Honedge, Swablu, and Skarmory while scaling the mountain, and even had time to smack the Team Magma nerds around while heading to Lava Ridge. To avoid another embarrassing under-leveled situation, I got everyone up to Flannery's level cap for a nice, clean, fair fight.
That's like, I think the thing that is hardest for me,
Oh, wow.
oh god, reading comprehension. I think that's what I've decided my god!
Oh, wow.
My crabs! Buddy! Holy shit!
Yeah.
What is the downside of this mystic fire? I'm just so weak to fire. And warm hugs. Do I have to wipe to every gym? Flannery.
She's mean.
I don't know what that Ninetales is eating, but that thing is not normal. After changing absolutely nothing about my strategy and just running back into the gym directly from the Pokemon Center, I demanded a rematch. Like, her team of fluffy Pokemon aren't that tough. I just wasn't ready to be paralyzed and incinerated the whole fight by her puppies and kitties and that roided up monster of a Ninetales. This time, Kingler and Sandslash were able to double team Flannery's fluffy team with much more ease, earning us the Heat Badge. With half the gyms now defeated, it was finally time to deal with some long overdue family matters. It's well known that our father Norman abandoned our home to be a gym leader in Petalburg, leaving me and Mom back at the house alone. Little Root has like 5 people living in it, and one of them's a huge nerd. That's like a social death sentence for a growing child, and I am filled with a burning desire for justice. After all this time, all those days of having nothing to do but watch Birch go into the same stupid patch of grass and get mauled by the same stupid dog over and over and over, I get to walk into Norman's gym and challenge him as an equal. Whatever reasoning he had to leave us is gonna be revealed in our battle. And it better be good. I walked through the doors. The air was weird and tense. Each trainer I battled looked at me like they already knew exactly who I was and shifted their glance away out of embarrassment, shame. What is going on here? Not even the helpful gym guy had anything to say to me. He wouldn't even tell me the type theme of the gym. I burst through those final doors to find Norman looking out his windows at the horizon. He's been waiting for me.
Are you ready to fight Norman and his very fun and normal gym? Have you not picked up on it yet?
I haven't picked up on anything.
I say just keep going.
What is he gonna do? What Pokemon do he have? Floatzel? Okay. I don't get it. What is this riddle?
I'm just watching.
Glomp? Is it because he's only using attacks that are cute and family-like?
No.
Lopunny. He can't be a fluffy trainer. That was what Flannery was. Cuddle Slam. No, fluffy furry. He said, is he a furry trainer?
Yes.
Norman.
Can't a man have hobbies?
Norman.
Look, there's nothing wrong with being a furry. Many of my friends are furries, but to abandon your family to selfishly pursue your passion for Lucarios and Vaporeons and Lopunnies, Norman, how could you? You tore our family apart. And for what? Glomps and colon 3s? Admittedly, his team was too strong for me. The bond he shared with those Pokemon was unlike anything I've seen yet, and I was gonna have to go back to the drawing board if I was ever gonna defeat a divorced man and his beloved furries. I switched around some of my Pokemon, headed back in, and again began the onslaught of devastating Glomps and Cuddle Slams, weaving through paralyzing warm hugs and even the occasional cute charm. Eventually, it came down to our last Pokemon.
Okay. Slash.
Oh.
No! Shadow Sneak, please.
You have a chance here.
Please. Yes!
Now that my furry father has been vanquished, I was filled with an overwhelming energy and drive. It was like I unlocked a version of myself that was capable of defeating anyone and everything in front of me. I beat up all of Team Aqua that was infiltrating the Weather Institute, cleared Winona's song and dance gym without breaking a sweat. Maxie stole the blue orb to awaken Groudon like an idiot, so I had to teach him a lesson. Again.
You're gonna use the wrong orb, idiot. Why do you think the blue orb would be good for Groudon? He hates blue!
Team Aqua Rats did the exact same thing, so I had to do the exact same thing to them. I was on a roll. It felt like I was back in my element, finally familiar with the types, and was absolutely thriving. We pulled up to Tate and Liza's gym, ready to let nothing slow us down, except it looks like they specialize in a type I hadn't seen up until this point, space. Well, time to slow down. Since I didn't have anything that could really handle space Pokemon, I went and caught myself a Bouffalant, because everyone knows Ohio type is good against space. I mean, come on. As well as prepared Sandslash and Stunky for the fight. I wasn't too confident, but made my way to the gym leader's room to find Clay. Where's Tate and Liza? Aren't you supposed to be in Unova? I wasn't anticipating this, but I guess I should just start expecting the unexpected from this game.
It's a double. Okay, it's still a double battle. 41. Oh, we lose. We definitely lose. Gun time. This isn't space. Wait, what the f is going on here? I don't know what's good against gun. How does song? Sure, we'll go do that. Shoot! What the? He just shot my Goyle. He shot my guy again. That's so much damage for not very effective. We'll do that. Oh, he's dead. He's just so dead. Bare arms? Oh my god. What is this? Dude, this guy's fighting me with the Constitution.
So this isn't actually a space-type gym like I was originally led to believe. This is, in fact, a gun gym, and I am being blasted to kingdom come by Mr. Red, White, and Blue over here. I failed to expect this level of unexpected, but how could I? We switched around my team again, this time for a high noon duel battle, headed back in, but honestly, it wasn't looking that great on attempt 2 of fighting a man with assault weapons.
And air cutter again. No! No! Take it, boys. Take it. Ah! Stop! How can you do this? Oh, there's nothing I can do about it. There's fucking nothing. This fight sucks balls. Whatever.
I genuinely think this clay fight was the most out of left field, chaotic, flabbergasting Pokemon battle I've gone through in my entire career as a Pokemon player. I don't think anything Pokemon could create would ever elicit the kind of shock and despair I felt fighting Clay, the Driftvale gym leader, in my Pokemon Emerald game.
Okay, I don't think this is enough. Yeah, oh, he went again, sorry. That's so lucky. Oh? Is this it? Yes! Clay, you rootin' tootin' fucking asshole. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Get me out of here.
I basically crawl out the gym with my badge like I just got out of a fight with Wile E. Coyote, because I basically did, and now I gotta go deal with whatever commotion Team Magma is creating in the space station. Withered and tired, I walk up the stairs to Maxie and Steven arguing about God knows what at this point. Girls, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm having a bit of a day. We all know we're just gonna hash this out in a battle, so let's just cut the chit chat. Steven, get your ass over here. And after all of what I just went through, you guys are not going to believe what Steven put me through in that cursed space center. Yeah, so the first fight, I went into it unprepared because I didn't know the team Maxie and Friend were packing. So that was a bit of an unfortunate disadvantage. It's all right, we run it back. But this is where things go drastically downhill.
Hyper voice. Steven, you're just leaving me in the trenches? Why even try at this point? Thunder? Oh my fucking god, Steven, you idiot. Why do they only go against me? Why do they only go against me? Steven, you are the fucking Elite Four champion of Hoenn. Don't use Thunder on Aggron. It doesn't... in no world is it ever good. I swear to God, Steven. You're actually joking.
Steven, you're my guy. I've always had your back. I've been Team Steven since day one. But what in the world was that? This is not the playstyle of the region champion, buddy. Get up. Don't talk to me. I need some air. To blow off some much needed steam, I infiltrated Team Aqua's hideout because Archie apparently didn't get the memo of my threat of a knuckle sandwich if he ever tried to use red on blue Kyogre. Knuckle sandwich is delivered, but unfortunately, too late. Kyogre is already halfway across the Pacific Ocean to go drown Groudon. Can any of you adults do anything right? Hello? Earth to Archie's brain? It's hollow! I scaled the sky tower to wake up Rayquaza and rat on the siblings duking it out in the middle of Sutopolis. Off he flew, and after a bit of non-gentle parenting, the two slinked back in their rooms in shame. Yay! Land and sea across the globe are safe once again. If I catch your asses playing with these fucking orbs again, I swear. Even though it was the 8th and final gym before taking on the Elite Four, Juan wasn't an issue. For some competitors, he could have been difficult because he actually ran a full-on crab team. Very intimidating. But I've also got a crab. And my crab is stronger than his crabs, so we won. After all I've gone through, this was the hardest I've had to claw my way to the Elite Four in a long time. But that just means victory is gonna taste oh so much sweeter. I entered Victory Road anticipating an easy dungeon clear, but from the shadows emerged Wally. I've beaten you before, I can beat you again. Holy mother! Okay, maybe that one was a bit of a fluke. I wasn't ready. This time, we'll... Turns out, Wally's tough. I didn't expect it, but he really is. This made me realize I'm not prepared for everything with my current roster of Pokemon, and if I'm gonna become the champion, I need to make some big changes. I've been swapping around my team pretty casually over the course of my adventure, but after locking in, I decided on this as my final roster. Primarina, Kingler, Aegislash, Beware, and 2 new members of Darmanitan, the Angie Fire Monkey, and Duraludon, the, you guessed it, gun. Look, I've seen the power of being able to pull up with a gun. I think I'm gonna need that in the fights that are ahead of me. With these changes, I was able to rematch Wally and take home the win this time. This is it. These guys are my team, and they're the ones I'm gonna become the best with. While doing some final training before the Elite Four, there was just a little tiny, unexpected hiccup along the way.
What was that? Oh my, Freddy, you would never. He would never.
I have to teach it to him.
I'll get rid of Earthquake for Bite of 87. 5 nights? What? What is... What the f-
It's Parrish Song.
Oh my, Freddy, what am I turning into? You're not like this, Freddy.
For those of you who are unaware, 5 Nights is basically an unhinged version of Parrish Song, where after 5 turns, both Pokemon on the battlefield are hit by a 250 base power attack. And Bite of 87 is straight up a brand new one-hit KO move, where if you get bit, you die instantly. But there's only a 30% chance of it actually connecting. High risk, high reward type move. Equipped with a plethora of new threatening moves and mons, my team was now prepared for the final gauntlet. I flashed my badges to the guards and took a step into Sydney's domain. I like that look you're giving me. Let's have a good match. As someone once taught me, you gotta be prepared for the gun. Phoebe was up next with her gamer Pokemon, and even though I was able to take down her team with my loaded Duraludon and shower-giving Primarina, the highlight of the fight was when she brought out a Freddy Fazbear of her own.
Huge win. Beware? Oh, it's Freddy v Freddy here. It's gotta be Freddy v Freddy. And you know what Freddy does. Oh, he got the first one! He got it! That's my fucking Freddy right there. Doesn't miss. He hits that frontal lobe every fucking time.
I walked into Glacia's room. Larry! The third fight was against Larry, who normally is a gym leader and Elite Four member in Paldea, but looks like he also works for Hoenn. Jeez, man. 3 full-time jobs? That cannot be legal. You gotta talk to HR. He led with a golem that only knew Stealth Rocks and Explosion, which is chaotically hilarious. But right after that, he sent out a wall of a slacking that took out my Duraludon, Primarina, and Aegislash. Finally, Kingler was able to knock it out after pulling off a few dragon dances. Sorry, crab raves. Since I basically had a crab bazooka on my hands, Kingler just swept him from there. After the Larry jump scare, I didn't even know what to expect for the final member. It could genuinely be anyone. Cynthia? Red? clay butt again?
What? No! You're joking! He's in the fucking vent. No, wait, I'm facing the wrong way.
I didn't know that's what happened when you click the vent from that side. I'll be honest.
Not only was I flashed for simply going about my E4 challenge, but Elite 4 Sussy Baka and his sus team went dummy mode on me.
I'm scared, so I shoot. Oh no! Wait, this isn't good. This thing's gotta go. No, he's faster! He's dead. What? I thought... No! Where is he? Ooh, nice crit. No, they all vent! Stop venting.
Well, now I guess you get another crab rave.
I do. No! He avoided it! No! Krabby, I'm sorry! Ah!
I was not anticipating a battle where their whole strategy was to hide in vents scattered all over the room, and when they popped out, they hit like trucks. Not even my Five Nights attack could hit them in the vents, which meant I was just getting my own mons attacked by animatronics. Admittedly, we were vaporized. But shut up! There's nothing in the rules about trying again. It's not a Nuzlocke. I refused to call it there because I will not let my legacy end with... Psst, hey, see that girl? She was on her way to become the next Hoenn champion, but she couldn't get past Elite 4 member Sussy Baka. Poor thing. The second battle went much better because not only was I able to play around all the venting, but halfway through the fight, Kingler finally learned a better crab move. This whole time, I was being forced to use 50 base power vice grip, but now that we've got 100 base power crab hammer, it was lights out for these imposters. And with that, it was time. All that stood left in front of me was the champion, Wallace. Which makes sense because Steven was definitely fired after that maxi fight. Out came his first Pokemon, which was a simple why not. Now let me explain something here because this thing is far more threatening than you could ever believe. This game has introduced so many new types into the world of Pokemon. Many of them are extremely powerful, but there's one type that reigns amongst them all the absolute worst, and that's baby type. It's pretty self-explanatory which Pokemon fall under the baby category. Igglybuff, Cleffa, Budew, Bonsly, literally the baby Pokemon. You know what this type is weak to? Literally like all of them. Think about it. If you hit a baby with anything, they're gonna be taking damage. It's a baby. So now you're probably thinking, okay, so why does the final boss of Hoenn lead with why not the baby type? It's also Uno reverse. That's right, every single type effectiveness against this thing is now flipped. It's a defensive monster, just waiting to counter and mirror coat your whole team to death for simply breathing on it too hard. I was genuinely so scared of this thing, I dragon-tailed it out of there. That's a nightmare for another time. His Latias got dragged out, which is crazy to say I was relieved to see compared to that masochist of a why not, but of course, it's still a Latias, so it takes out my Duraludon with a single Thunderbolt. Kingler comes out to finish it off, so next came Silvally, which I'll just let you watch how this one played out.
I don't think I get past this thing. What even is this type? Type Emerald?
He's a type.
Type. I don't even know what that is, but it's gotta be weak to monkey.
So type is more of a modifier than anything. It just doubles all type interactions.
Oh shit.
So
okay, so I die here. What?
So here's a little glitch. Sometimes, let's say the max damage you can deal is 999. If the game registers you as doing more, it overflows into 1 HP.
So this is Darmanitan died and came back to life, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, that gives us enough time to Banana Blitz again. Yeah!
We take those, all right? Nope, I don't want to hear it. We take those. The next chunk of the battle plays out pretty normally. Wallace did have some pretty scary Pokemon, including Steven's Metagross, he very likely lost custody of, until I was face to face with this stupid little bomb again. It tried everything it could to bait my Aegislash into attacking it, but we stayed patient. I knew I had a single shot at this, so Aegislash charged up as many swords dances as it could muster before slicing that thing to the moon. A final beast entered the ring, a true abomination called Sans Shedinja. This is the only Pokemon in the dex with the Sands type, and it can only be touched by a very small selection of types. A tried and true nightmare. Unfortunately for you, Wallace, I've played the genocide route of Undertale. I know exactly what it's gonna take to bury this thing for good. And he's right here. It's a beautiful day, Sans Shedinja, but insects like you should be burning in hell! I did it. The strongest Pokemon trainer in this wacky world of Hoenn is me. It took so much more than I thought it would to be here. Way more humiliating wipes than I'd like to admit. I lost a lot of battles, but shut up, you try playing it then. With the power of friendship, logic, determination, and maybe just a little bit of love, we've beaten Pokemon too many types.
And with that, we're pretty much wrapping up on 2024. This was a big Jaiden year for many personal and content-related reasons, and I just wanted to say thank you guys, as always, for watching after all this time. I'm forever grateful for my team and friends who are always supporting me, and I'm looking forward to working even harder in 2025. I still can't believe I really just love making videos this much, even after 10 years. I hope that you'll continue to support me no matter what projects I'm working on next year, and I promise to do my absolute best. Until next time, bye-bye!